Direction. The one thing that I always remember about Dean, and even now, he loves the outdoors, right? So you can see in all those pictures, like from the very beginning when we had started our families, we loved to go camping. Sometimes we would just take the kids camping, right?
Like I was telling you, there's that video of you guys going to Yosemite, just you two, with the kids, in '88.
And we had the most warped sense of humor. I mean, I might as well
Oh yeah,
spin off of that one. And Bethany reminded me of that. And it was just like, you know, I'm videotaping, you know, those big old VHS things, and we're, you know, holding the camera out there and driving through this long tunnel. Was it right in the entrance of Yosemite, right?
Yeah, right when you come out to the
And so you see this dot way in the foreground. It's like an opening, and we didn't even have to talk about what we were thinking of. And as we're approaching this opening, we kind of look at each other, and both of us at the same time as we come into the light, do the baby thing. Like we were just born, you know.
Garrett and your guys' kids start crying as soon as you guys get out, like a newborn baby. It's like, like we're almost there, we're almost
The baby's in the back seat, and here we are making these big baby sounds. Just crazy stuff. And since we're on the topic of Yosemite, I have to share this too. Is Dean and I took a road trip when we were young, and it's like forever that he's known Ellen. I remember this road trip was so memorable because all he could talk about is, oh, I miss Ellen, I miss Ellen. I say, hey, dude, you and me, we're gonna have fun, okay? And then we get to this sign called Ellensburg, remember? And it's like, you have to pull over and take a picture. And we went all the way up to the World's Fair.
Yeah.
And we spent over a week, no shower, nothing. And I remember it was pretty ripe in that car. It was pretty ripe smelling. And we got back down to Yosemite. We were driving into Yosemite Village, and we're looking at this river as you go, as you keep progressing. And then there is this section where it's just all woods. We go, let's take a skinny dip real quick. Just get clean real quick. So we pull over, run through the woods. We figure we're running through the woods. We're going to be safe deep into the woods. Both of us are stark naked, jump in the water, come back up. We forgot that Yosemite Village has a road coming back out on the other side, and we're right next to that road. We come out, and this station wagon, all these people are looking at us, looking at us. I go, Dean, I think we're naked. That was a very crazy experience. So, but then I got to go backwards to when we first met. Sophomore in high school, I'm sitting there looking at him. He's got these nice corduroy brush cords. Remember those things? And he started talking about, where'd you get those brush cords? Those are really cool, man. He goes, oh, you know. So we start hitting it off. And I remember I wanted to show off my mom's brand new. Some of you might remember the 1973 Mercury Capri. Nice little sporty car. She let me drive it to school. Big mistake. And I'm asking people around me so I could show off, hey, who needs a ride home, man? Who wants to ride the bus? Dean goes, I'll take a ride home. So we get in the car, down to towards Oleander. And I'm making these turns really fast. Okay, right there you make a right. You go down, and he goes, I'm at the end of the cul-de-sac on the left, a big long driveway. And I thought, perfect, this thing stops on a dime. So I go down the road into his driveway and accelerate. And he's like, whoa. He's like, step on the brake. I forgot how slippery concrete is. Right through his garage door. And you know, Dean, in his style, he looks at me and goes, we're home. That's all he said. He got out of the car, closed the door. I drove home and I thought, oh man, this is going to be bad. My phone's ringing when I got home. And his mom's, get over here and fix my garage door. So we spent the next few hours fixing the garage door. The rest is history. We had a lot of good time. And then we took road trips too, before we had the kids. And we all piled into a Ford Pinto. Remember that? These two tall people. A Ford Pinto with 4 adults and this little tiny space behind us.
No leg room.
For our baggage.
The worst part though was Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow the whole way.
The three of them love Barry Manilow.
Honestly, I honestly don't think we stopped laughing that whole trip. Even in tribulation, it was freezing cold. I'll end it with
Below zero.
below zero. And we were in Reno at your aunt's house, and she goes, "Oh, you can sleep right there, on the floor, you know." And we had only those thin blankets that we brought with us and all that.
And she said she didn't use her heat. That was
What's that?
Yeah, she didn't use her
I want
Yeah.
you to explain it because of like how she was out by the heater and all that.
No. Yeah, that was a cold night.
Yeah. So we just
We had put on every stitch of clothing we brought with us.
Yeah,
Literally hats and gloves. We were freezing.
and we're sitting there on the floor, all four of us. Just
I don't think we
shivering.
slept.
And I remember the scene with a little faint light looking up, and the heater with your aunt standing there in front of it.
But it gets better.